Hey guys, today I'm going to cover everything you need to know as a small business owner about paying quarterly taxes. So here's a list of everything I'm going to go over in this video. First of all, how much to pay, who has to pay, when to pay your quarterlies and how to pay them. And finally, just a few more specific notes about how tax brackets work. So let's start out with the hardest question. How much do you need to pay in quarterly taxes? So just to make sure we're on the same page, if you're a small business owner and you owe more than $1,000 in taxes in a year, then you're going to need to make quarterly payments. So you're going to need to break up that total amount into 4 different payments and pay them on specific due dates. So in order to know how much you need to pay, typically, if you had an income last year, you're going to look at your income last year, and your tax preparer will give you estimates on what you're supposed to pay in quarterly taxes. Usually it'll be a little piece of paper that say you need to pay $500 every 3 months in quarterlies. So I'm guessing your question is, if you don't have a tax preparer or your business did not exist last year, how do you figure out how much to pay? Basically, this will just be a percentage of your income. So as you probably know, in the US, we have tax brackets. Here is a chart of what they look like. And you have to pay a percentage of your income to the IRS. The more you make, the bigger percentage you have to pay. So to estimate how much you need to pay quarterly, you can use a really simple formula like this. So let's just do it with a really simple example. Say you open a business this year and you are predicting that you're going to make $10,000 this year. So you're going to look at the tax bracket list. You'll see I'm in the 10% tax bracket. So what you're going to do is simply take your $10,000 times 0.1, which is how you get 10%, and that gives you $1,000 that you're going to owe for the entire year of taxes. All right, so you know, okay, I'm going to have to pay $1,000, but I want to pay that quarterly, so I want to break it into 4 chunks, so you just divide by 4, and it's $250 per quarterly payment. So that is the simplest way to explain how much you're going to owe. As you make more money, it's going to get a little more complicated, which is what I'm going to talk about in the last section of that. But just as that general overview, use that formula. So when I was first starting out, I basically made like a really simple spreadsheet, and I put my federal tax bracket and my state tax bracket and made the spreadsheet do calculations on how much I was supposed to save for taxes. And you do want to do this on your net income. So after all of your business expenses are taken out, whatever's left is what you pay taxes on. So the spreadsheet's fairly rudimentary. You can make one yourself. I think I still have it. I'll leave it in the description box if you want to download it, but make sure you change the percentages at the top to reflect what your state and federal tax brackets are. And remember, this is an estimated tax payment, so it is not expected to be 100% perfect. At the end of the year, everything is going to be evened out. So if you paid a little too much, you'll get money back. If you didn't pay enough, you're going to owe some money at the end of the year. So you don't have to stress about it being totally perfect. They know you're not going to be able to perfectly predict your future income. I'm also going to link for you in the description box a couple websites that have tax calculators. So those should be probably even more accurate than the spreadsheet that I have. There's one that's on the IRS website, and then another one you can put in your income and your tax bracket, and then it'll spit out information for you. This is actually an updated version of an old video that I made, and I think some of the most common questions I got on that video were, what if I haven't made any money yet? Or what if I haven't made money this year? How much do I owe in taxes? So again, it's a percentage. If you made $0, you're going to owe 0 in taxes. If you made $500, you actually do not have to report that income to the IRS. So again, you're going to owe 0 in taxes. And if you're a business owner who's been wanting to get QuickBooks to organize your business, I do have a link that gives you a percentage off. So check my description box for that. And if we haven't met yet, my name's Morgan, my website is FinePoints.biz, and my channel is dedicated to help bookkeepers organize their business. It really does help me out a lot if you can give this video a thumbs up. That helps other people see it. And if you want some bookkeeper videos, subscribe to my channel for a new video every week. If you are a bookkeeper, check out my free masterclass and checklist. That should help you out. That being said, I am a bookkeeper. I'm not a tax preparer. So I'm not an expert in this subject. I don't know everything there is to know about quarterlies and tax law, and I own my bookkeeping business. My husband owns a small business, so I'm pretty familiar with paying quarterly taxes. I've been doing it for like 10 years or so. I'm not giving you tax advice. I'm just trying to lay out as clearly and concisely my experience with quarterly taxes. All right, second question is, who has to pay quarterly taxes? As I mentioned briefly, if you are going to owe $1,000 in taxes, you need to pay them quarterly. So you need to break them up. And I kind of already did that math for you in that initial equation. You could see if you make $10,000, you are in the 10% tax bracket, which means you'll owe $1,000. So logically, if you make less than $10,000 in annual net income, you won't have to pay quarterly taxes. You'll still have to pay taxes on that income, but the IRS doesn't care if you pay it throughout the year. You can just pay it at the end of the year. Hopefully we're on the same page that if you're a W-2 employee, like working for a company, like working for Starbucks or something, you're not going to need to worry about paying quarterly taxes. It's only if you're self-employed. And it will depend a bit on your business structure, so check with a tax preparer if you have something quirky going on. But basically, sole proprietors, LLCs, S corporations, they all have to pay quarterly taxes. And then if you're a corporation, it's a little bit different. I think you have to pay quarterlies even if you owe $500 in taxes, not that $1,000 threshold. If it's your very first year in business, you're probably wondering, like, I have no idea if I'm going to hit that 10,000 annual income amount. So you don't know if you're supposed to pay quarterlies. And in that case, I would just say do the best you can. I know it does seem kind of overwhelming and complicated. I would probably just take each quarter as it comes and kind of evaluate. So first quarter, oh, I made a ton of money. I'm gonna, save 10% and pay it in quarterlies. Maybe the next quarter you lost money, and so don't pay anything that quarter. And again, it's gonna equal out at the end of the year. It is possible that you can get a small fee for not paying the right amount of taxes, which brings me to my next section, is how to avoid those fees. And so the first thing I wanna encourage you with is don't stress about it too much. I think I got a fee once and it was like $37. So yes, we want to try to be as responsible as possible, but I don't think that the IRS fee is going to put you out of business. All right, and the second thing about fees is if you did have an income last year and you pay 100% of the taxes that you owed last year, you're not going to be penalized. So let's say your business has grown a ton this year and you're going to owe a lot more in taxes, but if you're not that good at calculating it, just pay the same amount in taxes as you did last year and you'll be fine. So here is exactly how it's worded on the IRS website, what I just said. So it says, you are required to pay 100% of your prior year's taxes or 90% of your estimated current year's taxes. If you make over $150,000 in self-employment income, you need to pay 110% of last year's taxes. All right, so not sure if that wording was more confusing, but hopefully I explained it well enough. And my third thing I want to tell you to avoid a penalty is pay on the due dates. So that is my next section. When do you pay quarterly taxes? I will put a screenshot on here of all the dates that quarterly taxes are due. So you can see quarter 1 is due April, and then June, September, and January. So the kind of tricky thing about January is you can pay your quarterlies in January, and then, everyone knows April is tax time, right? So April is your tax deadline that you're going to have to make up the whole year. But if you do that in January, then you don't have to make that last quarterly payment. So does that make sense? You can either pay everything in January or you can split it up into January and then finish it off in April. Next question is how to pay quarterly taxes. So I find it easiest to go to the IRS website. I'll put the website on the screen here, and you can make an account in there, and it's really nice because you can make all your payments there, and as long as you're logged in, it's going to show your payment history as well. So because probably at the end of the year, your accountant or whoever is preparing your taxes is going to ask you, what quarterlies did you make this year? Like, how much have you already paid in taxes? And so if you have this, you can just look at all your history within there. And the way that they identify you is either with your EIN, that's your business employer identification number that you have when you start a business, or your social security number. Before I discovered how easy it was to pay taxes online, my tax preparer used to send me this little form and I would mail in a check. The official IRS form is called a 1040-ES. You can download it from the IRS website. I'll leave the link in the description box. But if you're doing your payments online, you really don't even have to worry about that form at all. So 2 questions that I think you might have within this category is, should you pay your taxes from your business bank account or your personal bank account? And my answer to that, in most cases, double check with your tax preparer, is it does not matter. So when I started my business, I was an LLC, and that is what is called a pass-through, I believe. And so that means my personal taxes and my business taxes are the same. I'm taxed on how much my business makes. So if it happens to be easier for you to pay from your business bank account, like if you have, that's where you have all your cash sitting to pay taxes, make sure when you're in QuickBooks, you're categorizing it as an equity account, because it is just your personal equity that's coming out of your money, your personal money. If you were confused about that and you did it wrong as an expense, maybe you had taxes as a business expense, hopefully your tax preparer was able to catch that and realize, okay, this is taxes, it's an equity account if you're an LLC, and it's not actually an expense to your business. And then the second question I was getting a lot is about catching up. Like, what if it's halfway through the year and you're a little behind on your taxes, or if you want to pay ahead or something? In my experience, that is fine. I don't find that the IRS is too picky as long as you're kind of like doing your best to be honest and pay taxes as accurately as possible. If you want to use like that September payment to catch up a little bit, that's fine. And a little bit more about how tax brackets work. So as you're probably familiar, in the US, we have 7 tax brackets. Again, here is a list of how much they all are. It depends on how much money you make, and the percentages get bigger as you make more money. And something that took me like a minute to grasp is that if you are in one of the higher tax brackets, you're charged at multiple rates. So here's like a super simplified version that I'll use to explain it. So let's pretend in this fantasy world there are 4 tax brackets, 10, 20, 30, and 40% of your income. Obviously, these are very small amounts for this illustration, but if you make $100 to $200, it's 10%, 200 to 500, you go up to the next one, 30% tax bracket starts at 500, and then if you make over $700 annually, you're in the 40% tax bracket. So let's pretend your annual income was $1,000. Again, this is fake numbers. You can't just take that $1,000 and take 40% and that is the amount of taxes you owe, because different steps of your money is charged differently. So your first $200 is only charged at 10%. And then your next $300, I think I have, is charged at 20%. And then the next chunk is charged at 30%. So you're actually going to owe less in taxes than if you just took 40% of the total. So you can see your total is charged at different rates. So again, this graphic is from a website called NerdWallet that I'm going to leave linked down below, and they've already done the math for you. So if you look at the tax owed column, let's go into the middle. Like let's go into the 24% tax bracket. They've already calculated that the taxes up to $89,000 is going to be $15,000. I'm using round numbers here. And then anything you made above $89,000 is going to be taxed at the 24% rate. So if you are beyond the first tax bracket and you're getting into the upper ones, use that taxes owed column as like the starting point, and then you're going to have to add a little bit to it. If you're super confused, just leave me a comment down below. But if you are getting into these higher amounts, it's definitely worth it for you to hire a tax professional to do your taxes well. And I also got a couple questions about the self-employment tax rate. I am not super knowledgeable about this, so you probably want to go to a tax professional. I will read you some research that I found, and that's the self-employment tax rate is 15.3%. About 12% of that is for Social Security, and a little under 3% is for Medicare. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you learned something. I really appreciate that, and subscribe to my channel. I will talk to you again next week with a new bookkeeper video. Thanks!